March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, a time to recognize those battling cancer and the research aimed at finding a cure.
But what is colon cancer? According to the Mayo Clinic, colon cancer is a type of cancer that starts as a growth of cells that begins in a part of the large intestine called the colon. The colon is the first and the longest part of the large intestine. It usually begins as a small clump of cells called a polyp that forms inside the colon. Polyps generally aren't cancerous. Some, though, can turn into colon cancers over time. These polyps and colon cancer are discovered through a colonoscopy. For a local firefighter, a colon cancer diagnosis came as a surprise a few years ago.
KTIV's Katie Koppel has his story in tonight's Healthbeat 4.
And still, it was a shock to me also to know that that was actually there.
Jason McManigal risks his life for others every day as a firefighter in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. 2 years ago, he was seeking treatment for a digestive issue, but it wasn't working and the pain was increasing. Then a diagnosis of stage 3B colon cancer came as a shock to him and his family.
I did have the feeling that that's what the diagnosis was going to come back as. I did not say anything to her at all.
No. So when he was told, he said, I had a feeling, and I said, you did?
A tumor in his colon was discovered during a colonoscopy. That was in June of 2024. A few weeks later, surgery to remove it, several inches of his colon and surrounding lymph nodes, then chemotherapy. During treatment, McManigal, who is from and still lives in Sioux City, continued to travel to Sioux Falls several times a week for his job as a firefighter.
At first, I was told I wouldn't be able to work through the chemo for 6 months, which was not what I was expecting to hear, what I did not want to hear.
He credits his family and his family of firefighters for helping him through the worst.
I was able to work. I still had good strength, and I think that's what kept me going through the whole thing, really.
Here we go.
A year after his diagnosis and surgery, McManigal rang the bell at the Junine Island Cancer Center after his last round of chemotherapy.
Last week, I finished up my 9-month checkup, and everything came back clean so far. So
McManigal is now cancer-free and has a new outlook on health and wellness, and looking ahead to the future with his wife Jackie and 2 young daughters by his side.
I learned to appreciate the people that are there for me the most, that to cherish your loved ones in a way that you know, if you're questioning whether or not you're going to be there in a year or so, it brings a new light on everything. The feeling. Yes, yeah. Everything.
Don't take life and health for granted.
And now McManigal continued to work as a firefighter in Sioux Falls during his cancer treatment and says it wouldn't have been possible without his fire family by his side. Sioux Falls Fire Captain Cody Vosberg says they stand together as one in uniform and out of it.
Just having that team there with you and knowing what you're going through and obviously firefighting, we have a higher risk of certain types of cancers and stuff, so he's not the first person that's been through it. But just being there for whatever he needs, from time off to, you know, there's days at work that he just had to take it easy, and we just had picked up the slack and made it all work.
McManigal has served as a firefighter with Sioux Falls Fire Rescue since 2008.
Prior to his cancer diagnosis, McManigal had gotten a colonoscopy that turned up nothing of concern just the year before.